Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Tuesday, April 27th. Pound Aussie is going sideways in the noise. We'll take a look at that in a minute. First, take a look at crude. Missing a get in sync on the early short and now picking up a short at 903.29, which meandered about and ultimately has made it down through targets 1 and 2 and just stopped out. Looks like it's 62.41. So a one and done session, hitting targets 1 and 2 for 58 ticks this morning. So a nice strong one and done for the 8 tick or 8 cent momentum bar on crude, 8 tick range bar on NinjaTrader. Unleaded gas, bit noisy this morning. On my chart, you had this trade at $2.99. So at 0099, we had a spike to 0098. Don't know how quick that was, but because I really wasn't watching it. So if you avoided, you could have avoided that with an adjustment to 9.7, or just waiting for it to test the balance line or the session high and come down a second time. Diamond level traders pick up this long at 909.17 from 0141, and that one just barely ticks in, getting as high as just one tick into that one as well. So that one might be avoidable at 0143. And if you were already in the original short, you would be at 0146. So this one's got all kinds of ramifications depending on whether or not you got into that first trade, then whether or not you got into the second one. If for gold level traders, you're still in the short. So you would not have gotten this second short. You would still be in the original short. And actually now just you have a stop and reverse at 121. Actually, yeah, stop and reverse at 126 that has triggered. So you are long now from 126, and I'll show that in just a moment. If you were in the subsequent short trade, you got actually a couple of tick loss from entry from 99. I would have pushed that. Actually, if you were in a stop and reverse, it would have been 94. But in it nonetheless. Hit money management, didn't make target 2. So a 1 tick break even if it was a stop and reverse, a couple of tick loss if it wasn't. Actually, there really is hardly any case other than you avoided this. You avoided both of the first 2 trades. But anyway, in the long for gold level traders at 126, 4 tick stop and reverse adjustment, and of course a 1 tick key level adjustment. So in the long trade for gold level actually for gold and diamond level traders. In it from 121 for diamond level, in it from 126 for gold level. Okay, what is the pound Aussie doing this morning? We initially had a get in sync with this trade. I have it at 78. We got the spike before our start time to 79.2. And so that would prompt a key level adjustment to 78.81 for our entry. Doesn't hit that, comes down. We have the entry at 64, and we get down to 63.5. So we do trigger into the short and meander about. Now we get a long. And as I was putting the order in, I got that spike down before I got my order in, so I actually put my order in at 63. Never got triggered in. Then we come up with the long at 76. If you're in the short, that pushes up to 78. If not, take it at 76. We get a spike through, and so we're definitely, either way, you're in the long trade. Trade today took the 78 as a stop and reverse off the short. So we're in at 78. Money management would be at 90, 78.90. And with mine at 76 would be at 88, which is target 2 in this case. If with the 78 entry, it would be 90, but it's still target 2 because you would have 10 pips at 78, or at 88, I'm sorry. Trade today has it at 89, so that's fine. And markets are opening now. YM in a pre-market short. So it looks like it was below our entry at market open. So no trade there. Looking for a new setup. The Russell with a short setup. Now, did we get that? Yeah, the setup was 2 seconds before start. So yeah, that's a good trade. And it hit money management. Stop is at 99.8 or 99.7. 99.7. Our entry was at 99.8. And long on the YM. Entry is plotted at 42. We have a spike immediately preceding it at 44, so I would go 46 on the entry to that. Still triggered in. And the Russell did stop out. Those of you, if you were trading the Russell and trading to target 1, your POQ. And we have target 1 on the YM, so that will be a POQ trade. Stop at 47 now. If for the adjusted entry, 44 for the unadjusted entry. Or 43, I'm sorry, for the unadjusted entry. Soybeans. A lot of action at our 8:30 Central start. Okay, 10 seconds to get an order in. I would say the short is a good trade. You went through the entry and back and actually touched money management. So yeah, that's a no trade. So then your would be 9:30.22. Did we get back to the entry? Entry was 41.50. Yeah, looks like we got back to the entry. So there is your trade, the short. And that hit targets 1 and 2 and stopped out on the trailer at 38.25. So a one and done session. No. Don, that's a function of bandwidth, mine and yours probably. There's not much I can do about it at this point. I can go ahead and bring the charts up full size when we're looking at them. YM stopped out of its trade. There we are. At 8:38. So at least a couple of ticks above the, or I'm sorry, 847. Yeah, 847. So that actually was one tick above the 46 entry if you adjusted. But target 1 achieved, so that's one and done on the YM this morning. I'm sending supposedly at 1080p, Don, but that can be reduced by bandwidth problems on my end or your end or the receiving end. So I can't say where the problem is, but that's what the problem is going to be. There was a short on the YM, but that's not a trade we're taking. Target one again, and still surviving at this point. The Russell not getting in a second trade yet. Unleaded. Didn't look at that at the start for that this morning. Let's see what it did. Our start time is right here, so that is a get in sync if you're quick with the long, and that is a one and done if you got into it. If you didn't, you caught some noise here. That you need to try to avoid, but the ideal trade would have been the long for a one and done, but hopefully avoid the one tick swing into the past the entry on the short, one tick swing past the entry on the long, and end up with this short that gives you a partial and stop and reverse for just a few tick loss and full target 2 on that short, and a stop out for a POQ session. Hopefully. That one's a little bit involved. So once again, unleaded, crude, the YM, and soybeans are all POQ in pretty short order. And we're watching for the Russell and the pound Aussie. Let's take a look at, see if the Euro Yen is doing anything for us. Early trade that we're not able to get in. Stops out. We pick up the long trade that gives that is money management is at 98, which is actually one tick up. Yeah, it's actually up here one tick beyond, or one pip beyond target 4. You got a couple of choices there. You can ignore that trade as too small, or you can take it 10 pips and take 4 out of 5 positions off at target 4. Either that or just split it half at target 4 and half trail. So that's where the Euro Yen is at the moment. We will see how far it goes. And the Euro Yen testing the 20 SMA, the Pound Aussie bouncing off the 50 EMA. See if we can get some movement up now. Still no trades on the Russell. Well, we've got an oversold reading, so we can get along. And the Russell going through session lows. The YM set a new session low and has bounced off significantly now. Okay, traded day trying to work up to its actionable target. Traded day at 89. My chart's at 88. So on the Pound Aussie. And the Russell long filtered by the crossover filter. And the Euro Yen getting very close to target. Okay. Target at 97 for an 11 pip target. We've gotten to 95.8 on my data. Working its way up, and we're 10 minutes away from the 10 a.m. crude session. Now the question is, will the Russell be able to push it back up through its 50? There's a long trade. I was watching that. That was definitely too fast to catch when it finally decided to go through, at least with the speed that my chart's running. It painted the setup and the next bar almost simultaneously. I was just about to say, if we get a close above the balance line, we'll get a long setup on the Russell, but it happened. The move happened a little too quickly. And the Euro Yen hitting that 11 pip target. So if you were playing it 5 positions, you just got 44 pips on 4 positions. And you have 1 position trailing, with the stop now at 130.89. Here's what the Euro Yen did. Here's money management actually at 98, with target 4 at 97. So 11 pips is an acceptable target. That's just a very small trade. So you can take the 11 pips on 4 positions, or you can just split what you were going to put on the trade and go 1 target and trail. Pound Aussie still working, trying to get up to the session high, and our target is just 4 ticks below the session high. Or mine is. Traded days is actually 6 ticks above the session high. And 5 minutes roughly to our 8 a.m. crude session. That short, unsuccessful. On crude. The current long on the Russell was just too fast to take. Say hello, hit the like button, ask any questions. No changes on the Euro Yen. Or the Pound Aussie. And still in the long trade on the Russell. So waiting for a new setup there. There is another trade hacking session live scheduled for noon on Thursday. Troy will be doing that. I'm assuming that he's going to be doing that on YouTube as a live stream, and may try to stream that simultaneously on Discord. And Pound Aussie getting very close to target. Getting up close to 87. And the Russell stopped out of its long trade. The short trade was filtered by the crossover filter. Have we heard this before? And there is target in money management on. And that's target for both my chart and the trade today. And a quick short on the Russell, or I'm sorry, quick long on the Russell that goes for a quick full stop. And a short on the Russell. From 97.4. And money management, target 1. Looking for target 2. And the Russell going back to long for a partial. It's POQ if you avoided this short, or this long back here, the dark blue long. But money management if you took the long, so. If you took this short, or I'm sorry, this long, I keep wanting to call that a short. That was a quick full stop. For 44 ticks on 2 positions. Let's see. What was the timing on that? 59:15 to 32. Fair chance you would have avoided that because it came through too quickly. And if you did, the short would have been POQ. Target 3 hit. So our first 2 positions came off at target 2. Third position at target 3. On the pound Aussie trade a day. Okay, yeah, I see that. Mine actually is at 59. Let's see where we came down to. And I just hit, and trade today hit target 4. Yes, trade today is an alert service, Sam. It uses the same chart that we show in the room on the pound Aussie, but obviously it's used on TradeStation data. Ooh, yeah, I see what you mean, Don. I have a low at 61.3, so that would have stopped the trade out for most people, most likely. And certainly with stop and with spread adjustment, should have triggered you out of that trade. Stop still currently at 77. And now the stop moves up to 78, I believe. 78.78. I can understand that, Don. Differences in charting with, as you say, with Wanda Data, my stop was 59, but my targets were also a tick lower. So and let's see. 10 o'clock crude session in the short, hitting target 1. And our stop at 62.46. Entry at 62.47. So this will be another one and done session on crude. Stop down to 62.42, getting very close to target 2. In fact, missing target 2 by 1 tick, and I'd protect the position at target 1 at 62.30. And if it comes down within 1 tick again, be ready to close it out. or close that position if you're using target 2 in a trailer. Pound Aussie stop now at 78.79, which would also be the same as the trade a day stop, the break even stop on trade a day. $62.41 for the stop, and you would have stopped out at target 1 at $62.30 if you chose to do that. But nonetheless, that's a POQ. I would take 17 ticks on each position, so 34 tick win. That's $340 less commissions. And it looks like Euro Yen stop is now at 130.92. So here we are down to currencies again. So all positions off if you're still in the Pound Aussie trade, except for the trailer. And that is also true of the Euro Yen. So following trailers only there. You have a good one, Brett. Yeah, that definitely is frustrating, Don. I understand your pain on that one. 'Cause that was just seven ticks in beyond the stop, so it just barely ticked it out, and apparently just bounced just above the stop on TradeStation data. But then, of course, you can't trade on TradeStation data because they are not a broker. They are only providing data. All right. So, you're quite welcome, Rob. That we're waiting for trailers to stop out on the currencies, and everything else is pretty well done. We did stop out on the trailer on the 10 a.m. crude session, so however you traded that, it's done. All right, folks, let's call it a day. Troy will be in tomorrow for the regular Wednesday session and for the crude oil inventory report. I'll be in Thursday morning, and Troy will have a trade hacking session at noon on Thursday as well. So lots left for this week. So see you tomorrow.